Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another TADPOG podcast.
You came in really well there.
Thank you.
That sounded
Thank
really
you.
good.
It's a show. What was I saying?
It's a show where two old guys.
It's a show happens twice a week.
Yeah.
Where two old guys talk about games that are not as old as we thought they were.
Yeah, but sometimes they look like they're old.
Yeah. This week, by special request of Saint Zach.
Kinda.
He was wrong
yeah.
about what he was saying.
Well, no, I think he was right, but we just couldn't do the thing that he said.
Okay. Because you want to explain what that?
Yeah, we probably should. No, let's just leave that hanging.
Okay.
Let's just talk about ostriches for the
Let's
next
take some calls.
Saint Zach, in a phone call that we played on the show, mentioned a game called Coors Light, the Refresh-Men.
Not to be mistaken with Nickelodeon's Welcome Freshmen. Which
Right.
sadly never turned into a game.
Or the hit song by the Verb Pipe, We Were Only Refreshmen. For the life of me, I cannot remember. That's it.
It's pretty good.
I don't know the rest of it. Something. We were only refreshmen.
Yeah, that's how it went.
I'm done.
Verb Pipe were big Coors fans.
Good podcast, everybody. I'm out of here.
Looking for some good bad beer crossover with the Verb Pipe? That's TADPOG.
Dude, I was so close to driving to Illinois because it's Sunday. We're recording this on Sunday. Let's pull the curtain back a little bit. You cannot buy beer in Kentucky on Sunday.
Yep.
You also can't buy beer on voting day. So it's not voting day, though. It's only Sunday. So I almost crossed the border to get us some Coors Light for this episode. And what's funny, I love your reaction because I told Nikki, I was like, hey, I think I might drive to Metropolis. She's like, why? To get some Coors Light. That was her reaction. Same as you. She goes, ugh. Why? Well, we're doing this show. We're doing this TADPOG thing. You remember that, right? You listened to that a long time ago. And we are talking about a video game that's based all around
I'm thinking
Coors
about
Light.
Driving to the Rockies.
Yeah.
Why? Well, that's where they make the best Coors.
Clearly it is from the Rockies.
But Zach had found an advert game that Coors was making.
Yeah, thanks for actually explaining it. I failed.
Because what we thought it was a browser-based
I thought he said
game.
a browser game.
Yeah.
It would have been really easy for us to go back and listen to the call.
Would have been.
I feel like this is more fun. Like us spending probably combined hour and 30 minutes trying to figure out the game that he was talking about.
It's more fun to speculate and then blame him for something.
Exactly. Well, why weren't you more clear, Zach?
You only called, once to tell us?
We need multiple reminders about which beer game we're going to play.
But it turns out, the original game you want us to play was on Xbox Live, which I loaned Jacob my 360 and I got hit by lightning, so I don't have a way to play it. I think your 360 is in storage somewhere.
Yeah, I can't be bothered to pull it out. Well, here's the other thing. It's like Xbox Live. So does that mean that I have to reactivate my Live account and Tyler, I gotta remember passwords. There's a lot of moving parts to this. I can't be doing that.
But just this month, the Apple Store saw a release of Coors Super Refresh-Men. So we got to play it on iPad.
We lucked out.
Yeah, so that is today's installment into our Adver Game series, Coors Super Refresh-Men.
I'm sorry, Tyler. Coors Light.
Is it Coors Light?
Coors Light?
Is there a regular Coors, or is it only Coors Light?
I have only heard of Coors Light, but there probably is Coors.
Coors. Because all right, the two people I know that will drink beer like that are Sean Miller,
Okay.
of hashtag More Miller fame, and then I brought him up before, my friend Bobby that I used to work with. They both can sit down and kill a case by themselves easily. They're both, Bobby's like 6'3", he's a big dude, and Miller is an experienced drinker. He's a professional. It is
kind of barely beer.
I've never had one.
I think that you could drink a case. I do.
Ugh.
I think that you could drink a case.
Unless it is hard alcohol, I don't see how people drink enough to get drunk. I just don't.
Well, some beer will straight fuck me up.
Because Drew and Bailey always talk about like these really high percentage alcohol beers, but like I don't know. I still have not had a beer where I'm like, okay, that tastes different from every other beer I've ever had, and
you don't
sounds like something I would totally drink.
You don't taste the difference?
Guinness tastes a little different to me. Other than that, just about everything I've had tastes the same. Wow, what is it? Leinenkugels? I can taste that tastes like a shitty, non-sugary Fruity Pebbles. Like a Fruity Pebbles of your nightmares. That's what it tastes like.
That's actually on the bottle label. A Fruity Pebble of your nightmares.
But other than that, I just cannot. I guess if I was really determined to, because I can train myself to like foods. That's what I've done that several times. I could train myself to like beer. I did it with coffee. I've done it with blue cheese and grapefruit and stuff like that. So I could, just don't particularly want to, just because I know my coffee habit was expensive enough. If I get into like craft beer, plus the calorie content of beer is just like, man,
Craft beer is it's good. It's good. It is expensive. It is like, and it can burn you. It's burned me before. What I've learned is if you ever decide to get into it at all, always get a recommendation and never buy a beer because the packaging is nice.
Oh, I'm out. That's why I buy sodas and food and all sorts of stuff.
I get it. I do. Man, I bought so much beer. And it's like, oh man, they got the couple that made the beer on the package. Like, oh, that's adorable. And look, they got like, oh, it's designed super well. Oh man, did you do a screen of yellow? Oh, that's amazing. All right, I'm gonna buy this. And I get home and open it up, take a sip. All right, well, that's going right in the trash.
Like all the Fentiman soda that I've bought. Man, I really like this packaging. Oh, this soda is so awful.
Yeah, Fentiman's is bad.
But, so, I mean, even though Miller and Bobby, like, I've seen them, because I've talked about on the show before, the night of too many beers, whenever Miller consumed 23 Keystone Lights and killed the entire world in my D&D game. Because I'm playing in a game in which the theme is like all...
It's a beer-themed game.
It's a beer-themed game.
Everyone's playing as a pretzel.
Every time you wanted to make an attack roll, you had to like drink a craft beer. I was sponsored by Schlafly.
Yeah.
So no, but these people had found a way to basically, they took Warforged, if you know what Warforged are.
They're robots.
They're
robot
robots.
People.
They're sentient constructs in D&D, and they're made by basically trapping an elemental inside of it. Mm-hmm. And in this game, the elementals realized that they were being enslaved and revolted, and all the natural elements had abandoned this world where they were being used and abused. So resources were slowly dying off. They weren't replenishing. The world was just caving in on itself because it enslaved nature. Mm-hmm. And one of the last sources of water in the world was this large metallic container that had a water elemental trapped inside of it. Well, Miller was very drunk, and they had just fought an enemy that I called the Mirror Man. And the Mirror Man was a guy who resided on the elemental plane of mirrors. Which
he was a guy.
I'm trying to explain it without like diving too deep into like nonsense.
Well, this is like pretty much like kind of like a very end game battle, right?
Yeah, it was close to the end of the world.
Guy.
Yeah, it's a dude. He was made of mirrors, and anybody that looked into him, he could mimic their powers.
Okay.
So, like, they fought him close at the end of the game.
What?
And he had basically mimicked the entire party's powers.
Quick question. I do know that you're in the middle of a story, and this is incredibly rude, but I will forget. So,
It's not rude. It's kind of what we do. It's not
I know,
rude.
yeah, it's true. How would the Mirror Man do against a vampire who has no reflection?
Ooh. He couldn't take his powers, so he had to rely on the subset of powers he already had.
Okay.
But if there's any other mirror around, he could just jump into it and get the fuck out of there.
Well, yeah, that is true. I forgot about the
So he could transport through mirrors and then could mimic powers. So they just got done fighting him, and it was a super brutal battle. But they break into, like, they killed the Mirror Man, who was basically taking over this town, and they're searching through the town. They're kind of frustrated with the population for just kind of taking it. And Miller's very drunk, and they get into the mayor's house.
For taking the water elemental?
No, for just not doing anything about this guy taking over.
Oh, okay.
Just laying down about it. So he comes in, like, the mayor's house. The mayor has, like, it's the only spot they've seen in the whole game that it has large flourishing gardens and its own grown food. It's like, this is basically an oasis.
It's a big
in the
deal.
middle of nowhere. It was a big deal.
They're
And
growing mute fruit, everything.
gourds, melons. Yeah.
So many gourds.
And he has the large metallic container, or it was more like glass, and it was just, like, very shiny. So when Miller sees this, like, glass cistern that has runes all over it that's containing a very large water elemental, he sees it, and he sees I describe it as being reflective.
Yeah.
And he thinks the Mirror Man's gonna fucking jump out of there. So he just runs over and just smashes it. Water elemental gets out. They fight it. They kill it. That is the last freshwater source in this game. So I'm like, okay, Miller, you've just killed the world. Congratulations. And I didn't know you said it was reflected. The Mirror Man's gonna come back. No, it's fine.
So how did, like, were there no conjuration spells for water and stuff like that? Or?
Spells that made water didn't make potable water.
Okay.
And, like, a normal summon spell couldn't summon elementals. You had to know it by name. And finding those names were very, very hard. So
there's still hope.
No. That game pretty effectively, like, they were just dealing, at one point, soon after that, the world did die. And then it was just them trying to get off it before it just disintegrated. And that was the god who destroys planes that are basically dead so a new one can pop up, came to that world. So they could have saved it, but they didn't. They failed at that. So they just figured out a way to get out.
Well, at least there's a happy ending.
Sort of. Sort of.
And that happened because, I mean, Miller at 23 beers?
That was part of it.
Yeah.
That was totally part of it. But the last time I don't think I've seen anybody in real life drink a Coors. The last time I saw someone drink a Coors was
in the meat space.
It was on TV because Meg was really into that
Coors Light sponsored zombie show.
It was that Nick and Jessica, or Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey. They're married and have this reality show about their marriage. And, like, I think it's like Derby Day, or maybe it's the Super Bowl, where Nick Lachey gets up as soon as he gets up, he just starts drinking. And the whole episode, he has Coors containers, and him and his family and his friends, they're all just drinking Coors all day long. Last time I've seen anybody drinking Coors. So, but man, Jessica Simpson back in the day.
Yeah.
Jessica Simpson in, it was with the movie about...
Oh, I do not know any movie with Jessica Simpson in it.
The two guys that drive the General Lee.
Dukes of Hazzard?
Dukes of Hazzard, thank you.
She was in the Dukes of Hazzard?
Yes.
Okay.
She was the little sister or whatever in Dukes of Hazzard, and looks about like, I remember watching that movie and being like, is this CGI? No one looks like this. You can't look like this. This is too perfect. But supposedly to maintain the way she looked in that movie was just like torture, just sheer excruciating torture.
Is that what sent her over the edge?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause her to fuck John Mayer. Yeah, sent her right over the edge.
That and Nick Lachey.
He didn't stay out of it.
No, he's got to stay out of it.
Because Meg was into that, and then she was into that Meet the Barkers show.
Is that with Bob Barker?
It's not the Travis Barker, like the drummer from
That's not a person.
the drummer for some like band back in, I can't remember. And then his Playboy model wife. And Meg was like, they're so in love. Look like they're from different worlds. Like he's tattooed and has a mohawk, and she's a Playboy model that was on that horrible USA show that got canceled. Like that. I mean, this is really nice. See how really in love they are.
You mean every
they got
USA?
divorced like the next year.
Every USA show?
Yeah.
She was in every USA program.
Baywatch and all the things that were like Baywatch and Burn Notice and
Even all the Hanna-Barbera cartoons they would show.
because it was some show about like cops that rode bikes and patrolled a beach.
Chips?
Chips. That was it. It was that girl, that Playboy model from Chips.
I mean, that is the only show I know of with bikes and
bicycles,
beaches.
not motorcycles.
Okay. Well, that sounds like an even dumber show.
Like remember like the
Hey, you want to go ride a bike on the beach and like patrol and stuff? That's impossible. All right, let's do it.
the opening was like cops like jumping off speeding bicycles and like tackling criminals into like trash cans and stuff.
This was. Are you sure this wasn't like an Adult Swim short?
It could have been. Oh,
I think USA, the channel, not the country. USA might just be giving Adult Swim all of its ideas 3 years early.
that's true. Because what I did watch, what is it? What's his name with the big gap in his teeth?
Paul Scheer?
Paul Scheer has that. That's they're making it NCIS SVU.
Yeah.
Whatever that on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of shit that's on
Yeah.
USA and various things. That's funny. Eagle Heart with Chris Elliott is kind of the same thing, making fun of the procedural drama.
I'm all for it. That's the kind of stuff that infuriates Nikki because she loves procedural dramas.
Yeah.
I hate them.
I mean, I was into Castle for a little while, but like after a while, that just kind of wore on me. Like, I don't.
It's just the same stuff.
Yeah,
It's just the same.
I usually don't like shows where the whatever they're dealing with is started and solved in the same episode.
Right.
Like, but I guess Buffy being the exception to that. But for the most
that's
part,
different, I feel like, because Buffy's kind of campy.
yeah.
You know, Buffy doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah,
I mean, there
that's
are
true.
serious moments, but it doesn't take itself seriously like a lot of the dramas that I'm used to seeing on like USA and whatever channels still exist. I haven't had cable in a long time.
I mean, Burn Notice wasn't bad. Burn Notice gets a lot of shit. It wasn't like some of it was interesting, but Meg watched it for a little while, and I would watch it like if I was in the room at the same time. But mostly, it was like, oh, Bruce Campbell's in this. Okay, cool. I will check this out.
Yeah, I checked it out. I didn't like it so much. I don't know. Maybe it got better.
No, it was on for a long time.
I was like, there are no Deadites in this whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and check out.
Psych was okay. I liked Psych enough.
Yeah, Psych.
Psych did a
I
good
watched
job
little
about
bit of
playing into
Psych.
its fan base and like not taking itself seriously. And
Royal Pains. Did you
Royal
watch that?
yeah, just because yeah. Hey, the Fonz. Okay, cool. That kid from Road Trip. All right, glad to see he's working again. Cool.
Nikki really liked that one, and that's okay. 'Cause there's a lot of eye candy in Royal Pains.
And I don't know, it's a little different too, just because
Yeah.
I feel like that spin on medical drama hasn't been like used and abused too much.
That's true. Because
So-
most all like medical dramas seem to take place in a hospital.
In the hospital,
Right.
and yeah,
This
as
was-
opposed to concierge medicine.
Right. For extremely wealthy people.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you ever feel like welcome to our television episode, by the way, listener. Did you ever feel
Brought to you by Coors.
refreshing. Did you ever feel like Psych was pretty much they were just like, man, I wish we were Scrubs.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's kind of that going, and the obvious thing is that it's a white man and a black man who are best friends, and I do feel like Scrubs really relied on that when it was like, we need a funny thing to happen because some serious shit just went down.
Let's have them like a strong bromance thing. Okay, cool.
I think it's going to be weird for like when our kids are our age and they're like watching whatever the equivalent of Nick at Night is for them. I feel like they're going to be.
What would be on Nick at Night for our
Scrubs.
kids? Scrubs
Scrubs will be on there, and I feel like they're going to be like, You guys thought it was funny that this black and white man were friends? Like every joke in this show is about that.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I got to say.
That was an intro. We've got a quiz. Do you want to do that thing?
We can do some of it, yeah.
Here's the deal. We might not actually talk about Super Refresh-Men. That might not happen. Because Ryan Walters, Coin Master, former Coin Master and then reclaimed Coin Master, Ryan Walters, sent us a tweet on Twitter, like you do, with a link to a quiz. Normally, this is something that we just completely look over. Just like, well, we don't need a quiz. We got plenty. We're flushing quizzes. However, Ryan used the hashtag Patreon request. We take those very seriously.
Yep.
Very seriously. This is, Tyler, I think you're more familiar with this than I am. Because I had to ask you I had to send you the link and be like, what is this?
Because I posted something, because GameFAQs is doing a bracket, NCAA style, like what's the best game ever. Some of it's total bullshit the way it's gone over. Because like Pokemon Red and Blue is probably going to win.
Really?
Just because a lot of people played that and like it. Like it's going to beat Chrono Trigger. It's going to beat a lot of modern good stuff.
I can see that happening, yeah.
So, but it was interesting to see a lot of games up there that I love, that I kind of like, oh, okay, people are actually voting for some of this. Okay.
I've got an idea. I feel like we were going to do this separately. I think that maybe we should do it together, that we should do a TADPOG. We should do a TADPOG version of it instead of a Tyler version and a Dave version.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Do you want to do a little bit of it? And do the entire thing as a Patreon episode?
Oh, do you think that's what he meant by Patreon request?
I do.
All right, then fucking scrap it. This ain't gonna work. We talked a lot about television. That's our intro. We're done.
We do the first 10. We do the first 10 questions as a teaser, and then be like, if you want to hear us through the entire thing, that'll be December's Patreon.
Hey, are you bored yet? If you're not, you can pay us money to hear the rest of this. All right, I'm down.
The first question is interesting enough. I know how I feel about it, and I think I know how you'll feel about it. I think they're different.
Do you?
Yeah. The first question is battle number 1.
Okay, so wait, the way this works is there's a series of battles.
Yeah.
And then your answers
this
determine...
game versus this game, and you vote for the one you think, and that moves on in the bracket.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
So for this one, it is... I guess you have 3 options. Mass Effect 2. I feel the same about both these games. And then Virtue's Last Reward. We're
supposed to choose which one's the best.
Yep.
Of those 3. Of
those 3.
I've never played Virtue's Last Reward. So...
But you loved Mass Effect 2.
I wouldn't say I loved Mass Effect 2. I enjoyed it. It's the only one in the series that I played. I would, in this situation, choose Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, because trust me, I love Mass Effect 2, but I would say Virtue's Last Reward.
Okay.
I played through that. I love that. I love that series so fucking much. 999, Virtue's Last Reward.
Right.
Into the next one comes out next year. I'm super excited about that.
Well, let's go with Virtue's Last Reward because I feel like your love for Virtue's Last Reward is greater than my love for Mass Effect 2.
Okay. You don't want to go the same about both since we disagree?
No, you know how neutral ends up and all this kind of stuff.
Okay. All right, here's one that we'll probably agree on this. StarCraft versus Destiny.
I've never played Destiny. I'm not good at this game.
I've never played either one of these. I own Destiny. Haven't played it. Haven't played it for any amount of time. 5 seconds? Nope. Not even spent 5 seconds on it. Just on my shelf.
This is tough, man. I feel like I'm throwing the curve off because I would go with StarCraft.
I think from what I hear about Destiny, you would prefer StarCraft, and I would prefer StarCraft.
All right, StarCraft. I like the StarCraft characters in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
If that helps. They haven't added LaShawn yet, so just hanging out.
Would they add LaShawn or all 3 of Bebe's kids or one character?
Oh, man, that'd be good.
BioShock, Silent Hill 2.
Oh, Silent Hill 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So BioShock?
So, yeah, BioShock.
I mean, Silent Hill 2, that's the one that I played with Ramon and Link and Josh. It's good, but
can't be good. It can't be as good as BioShock.
It's no BioShock. Metal Gear Solid 3 versus Mother 3.
I haven't played either of those games.
I've played Mother 3. I love Mother 3.
I think that sounds like it would be better.
Yeah. We'll go Mother 3. Just anyway, we're supporting more Mother.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid's going to win that bracket.
I think you might be right.
Red Dead Redemption versus Bayonetta 2.
I haven't played Bayonetta 2.
Bayonetta 2 is sitting over there on my shelf. I got it for the Wii U. I have not
Haven't
played it yet.
Red Dead Redemption I played, and that was great.
I really enjoyed Red Dead.
I loved it.
So let's go Red Dead.
Yeah. This is actually a quiz of what game have you played?
Yeah.
Here are 2 games. Which one did you play?
That are on different ends of the spectrum. You've probably only played one. Shadow of the Colossus versus Team Fortress 2.
Ooh. Okay.
Again, own both these games. Have not played either one of them.
Ooh, here's the problem. I've never played Shadow of the Colossus, even though I've heard from multiple people that it is probably the best game ever. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go Team Fortress 2 because I've played it and I liked it.
I'm with you on that one. Earthbound versus Borderlands 2.
Earthbound.
Metal Gear Solid versus Splatoon.
I haven't played either.
Neither have I.
Really? You've never played Metal Gear Solid?
Nope.
Man, I feel like we are going to get some backlash.
I played, because I don't like stealth games.
I know. And I am turned off by a lot of things in that series.
I own that one Metal Gear game that I got that was mislabeled at Sam's Club. And I bought it just because, like, oh, this should not be this cheap. I'm going to buy it. Tried buying it. I was like, I'm not going to play this again.
You know what makes me not want to play it? Hearing people say Metal Gear. I don't. That just is an immediate nope for me.
Don't bring it up in front of Ramon then, because he'll do that a lot. Splatoon, show us the Wii U some love.
I mean, I want to play that game.
Yeah.
Out of those 2 games, the one that I want to play is Splatoon.
We'll go that one then. Resident Evil 4 versus Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
Paper Mario, I agree. I've played both of those and enjoy Paper Mario.
I have as well.
Fallout New Vegas versus BioShock Infinite.
Oh, damn.
This is question number 10.
Damn.
This is the last one.
They ain't even playing.
I
know my answer.
Hard. I'm gonna have to say BioShock Infinite.
I am too.
But fuck, that is for a first round bracket. That's
a tough
brutal.
one. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, BioShock Infinite. All right, I think it's the last one we should do.
That's it. Okay,
I think we'll continue the quiz in a Patreon episode.
All right, I love it. It's a great idea. That's a wonderful idea, Ryan. Thank you for showing us the quiz.
You want to talk about Coors Light, the Super Refresh-Men?
You know I do.
Yeah. Dave, do you hear that?
Nope, I don't.
It's reflective. It's the drunk Sean Miller ending the world train.
I do hear that, which ushers in a segment that, of course, we like to call Dave reads from Wikipedia. There's no Wikipedia entry for this one.
What?
Yeah, there's no, and it might be because this is a new game. It might also be because it's a Coors Light advert game.
You mean it's not culturally significant?
I guess not. Unfortunately, there's nothing on it on Wikipedia. I can look up just Coors Light if you'd like to learn a little bit about Coors Light.
It's fresh brewed in the Rockies. It's incredibly refreshing.
We learned things playing this game.
It's the beer of choice after you're really thirsty and you've just mowed the lawn.
No. Miller High Life is that's the after lawn work beer for me.
I don't really do lawn work, so I've never had a reason to drink a beer.
One day you'll earn a beer.
Ugh.
It's not worth it. It's really not.
I've tried so many different beers, and they all like Guinness tastes a little bit different. Other than that, like every beer just tastes the fucking same.
That blows my mind.
I just try like, okay, that's that beery taste. Yep. No, thank you.
Because you're a taster. Like you taste things. I'm not a taster. But I can tell the difference between beer.
Because I guess I strongly associate beer with like dirty ashtrays.
Really?
Because growing up, like if I saw one, I saw the other right beside it.
Okay.
So like the smell and the look, like they're all kind of tied together for me.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. That and Tweety Bird shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, there's no Wikipedia entry. So sorry to let you down. Spoilers. There's not going to be a how much is this game on Amazon either.
Because it's free on iTunes.
It is free, 100% free on the Apple Store, which I think is great.
For the cost, it's probably one of the better advert games we've played.
Yes, I do think that this is probably my favorite advert game that we've played so far. It's a brawler, and maybe this is because we just got done playing Bebe's Kids, which was a horrible brawler.
Uh-huh.
This felt like a pretty good brawler. What this felt like to me was Coors Light, a Coors Light exec saw the Scott Pilgrim versus the World game.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, snap, we should do that, but for beer. Wait, we make beer. We'll do it for us. And I feel like that's what happened.
Yep.
Because like it does feel like the Coors Light Scott Pilgrim.
Because it is, yeah, it does have that, especially the end of every level, because you get to pick between 4 different refreshmen. One is a woman to the refresh people.
I believe her name is Flurry.
Flurry.
I think so.
Flurry, Blizzard.
Blizzard is
Avalanche.
Avalanche is the big burly man.
Uh-huh.
And then I can't remember the fourth guy.
Because you have their power and speed, and they're measured in mountains.
Yeah.
Rocky mountains.
Yeah. That's their 2 stats.
The first 2
Power and
are
speed.
3 mountains each.
Yes.
And then Avalanche is 4 mountains of power, 2 mountains of speed.
Yes.
And then
Blizzard.
is 4 mountains of speed and 2 mountains of power.
Right.
I played as Blizzard.
Yeah. I played as Blizzard. I tried all the characters. They do play differently. I thought that was interesting. They play more differently than a lot of characters do in
LaShawn and
Brawlers.
Cahill.
Yeah. I preferred Blizzard. The first I tried was Avalanche because I was like, all right, I'll probably just breeze through the game as the strongest dude.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big deal. And I did finish the game with Avalanche, and I was like, wow, okay, that was pretty short. That game was pretty short. Maybe I should try out some other characters. And I did. I tried Flurry and her male equivalent, and they weren't very fun. She had a grappling hook, which I thought was... They all have climbing gear as weapons. So she has a grappling hook. The guy who no one fucking cares about, can't remember his name, has a pickaxe. Avalanche has a hammer, and Blizzard has a shovel, snow shovel.
Yep.
That one seems like a little weak. It feels like they were running out of equipment. They're like, shovel?
You like William H. Macy? Yeah. He was the shoveler in that one movie, Mystery Men. Let's give this guy a shovel. It's a pretty effective tool. Remember that smash hit with William H. Macy and Kel?
Fargo?
Mystery
Oh,
Men?
no. Was there a Mystery Men video game?
Man, no, I don't think so. We're going to have to look.
We have to pause the show right now.
because we're going to have to play it if there is.
We're going to have to stop at this recording.
I haven't
Mystery
seen the
Men.
movie, but I'll watch it.
I haven't seen it either.
Nope.
Damn it.
Does not appear to be.
Damn it. Not even for Windows 98?
Nope. It's got a pretty good cast, though. Because I just Google it, and Hank Azaria, Ben Stiller, William H. Macy,
No.
Jeffrey Rush.
All right.
Pretty good lineup.
Fuck it. Let's watch it.
Here's a question on forum.rpg.net. Mystery Men, is there a game for this?
I need it.
And the first response, I have played in a Mystery Men campaign GM'd by the creator of the game. So there's a tabletop Mystery Men, apparently.
Damn, that's sweet.
And there's an electronic version of it somewhere out there. Okay.
Of the tabletop RPG?
Yeah.
All right, I know what we're doing.
Yeah. And there's the guy who wrote it comments on this forum say, hey, I wrote it. Yep. There you go. It's out there. So there you go. That's a game we could eventually do, the tabletop Mystery Men RPG.
I'm down. Let's do it without watching the movie.
Yes.
Let's find 3 other people who have not seen Mystery Men.
How are we going to do that?
And we'll record a podcast where we play it, and then we'll just send it to the guy who made it and be like, is this what you intended?
But I played through it once with the
Mystery Men RPG?
the Mystery Men character as the shoveler. It was fantastic. Now, I played through this game. I guess it took me like 30 minutes, maybe.
Short game.
Yeah.
Very short game.
There's this pristine like village in the Rocky Mountain Valley.
Yeah.
And then
Where refreshment touches everything that you can see, I believe is the line from the game.
And then a fire ninja attacks it and takes all the Coors Light and turns the whole scenery into just this fiery, desolate wasteland. And the refreshmen have to beat the ninja and then bring Coors Light to all these events that are happening Like somebody's having a barbecue and they're out of Coors Light. And there's this hot dance club where it's too hot to dance now. They need some refreshing Coors Light.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a shitty dance club, by the way. Like I'm not big in the club scene, but I do know a few things. If you go into a club and they're like, yeah, we just got Coors Light here. Okay, goodbye.
Are we at Spiders in Murray, Kentucky? Okay. The dance club in this shitty part of town everybody has to drive 15 minutes to, where you're selling Coors Light for $10 a can out of a
cooler?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, we got a pool table, though. It's fine. We're legitimate. We're not a garage. The fire ninja's name is Scorcher. Scorcher. Mm-hmm. I think that they did a good job with this game.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front. I really enjoyed this game.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And I did not like myself for enjoying this game.
It's not bad at all.
I thought they did a good job with it.
Mm-hmm.
It did feel like they put the game before the selling. Does that make sense?
Well, you don't get I figure with a lot of free games that I play, I get ads and commercials and stuff like that in the middle, and they could have easily put commercials between every level or some shit like that. They don't. It's just a straight up game where they talk plenty about Coors, so they actually push the product.
Yeah.
It's not like Yo Know It or something like that,
where it's
never
completely
mentioned.
devoid. And it's also in the title of the game, so that helps too.
The enemies turn into bottles and cans of Coors that you have to collect.
Right.
And yeah, because otherwise it's kind of just a silly, fun, well done brawler.
I was kind of disappointed that it was as good as it
Yeah.
was. Because while I was playing it, I was like, damn, this is pretty good, but I ain't going to have anything to talk about on the podcast because I don't really want to make fun of this game.
That's what I told you. It's short. I mean, it's not super spectacular, but it's not super shitty that we can just shit on it. So it's just okay.
This is going to sound crazy, but I do think that this is probably one of the better free games that I have played on my iPad.
I can see it.
And the only problems that I had with the game revolved around the iPad itself and the virtual controls. That is just something that developers are going to have to wrap their head around at some point because the Square re-releases on iPad also use those virtual controls. And, they've gone some distance. They've covered some distance there. And insofar as you, wherever you place your thumbs, that's kind of where the buttons appear.
Yeah.
And that's nice. But in a brawler like this game, it would get frustrating sometimes because I would want to go to the left and I'd be tapping the iPad and be like, why I need to go. This is crucial. I need to go to the left. And I'd like have to glance down and be like, oh, my thumb is hitting the black frame around the tablet. It's not hitting anything on the screen. So, I mean, I guess the bright side of that is there's always an excuse. I was like, oh, I knew what I was doing. It's just I was the fucking iPad.
Yeah, fucking machinery. All right. The first level boss is a giant Scorcher comes in riding a giant bear.
Yeah,
So then you fight the giant bear, the war bear. It was, I mean, it's fun. It was it was like playing Scott Pilgrim. You fight the bear. You have a special move that's powerful. Has a rechargeable bar.
Yeah,
and you have your health bar. You have 3 lives, and then you can continue. It just takes away points because the point of the game is to finish it with the highest points to get on the leaderboard.
That is a point of the game. You don't have to care about that.
Yeah, I didn't. I just wanted to finish it and play it.
I didn't until I got to the end of the game, and I was like, oh, 15,000? Well, what's the highest? All right, I can beat that.
And you did.
And I did.
So, Tadpog Nation, if you want to trump Dave, see if you can beat 31,000, take the top spot.
It was, not to brag, I got that on my second try. Not a difficult game is my point. It is not a difficult game. And if you have any experience with brawlers at all, which I know you do, you will not have a problem beating my high score.
Yeah. Well, you beat the bear, and then after you collect all the beer he drops, then a industrial sized refrigerator pops up, opens up to a portal that you jump in, and then you go to the next world, and you see whatever oh, now we have this refreshing Coors Light at our barbecue, and everybody's happy. Thanks a lot. And the refreshment are like, you're welcome, citizen. And that part of the scenery changes to be normal again.
It's no longer, fiery hellscape.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you think that the first guy that you help looked like Jacob of Wolf Fighting Thing? when he popped up and he was like, "Oh, it's so hot," so I was like, Nikki was sitting next to me. I was like, just turned it around. I was like, "Jacob?" She's like, "Yeah, looks like Jacob."
True, Jacob does love Coors Light.
I know. You can't stop that guy from drinking
I've
Coors
slapped
Light.
so many Coors Light cans out of his hand while he just.
I've seen him ride the silver bullet so many times.
Is that Coors Light Silver Bullet?
I think so.
Okay.
It'll kill a werewolf. I know that much.
He does fight wolves. It makes sense. And I think the next level is like a basically a fire elemental.
Yeah, it's a forest. The forest catches on fire because Scorcher sets the volcano off, and it sets everything on fire.
Spoilers, everybody. We're gonna spoil the shit out of this game for you.
Yeah, I think what would be great is if we did how we spent like 5 episodes on Fallout games. If we just do 5 episodes on the Super Refresh-Men.
Each are dedicated to one level.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we're done with this one. Thanks for listening, everybody. Yes, it's a forest. It's on fire, and there are like little fire elementals, and you've got to kill those. Surprise. There's not really much anything else that you do in this game other than kill.
Yep.
It is a brawler. I mentioned that, right?
There's not like any haunted houses that you have to figure out in the middle of it.
There are no haunted houses, unfortunately. And the boss of this level is Scorcher.
After the desert level, after that, because you have the war bear, fire elemental.
Yeah.
Then go through a desert. Then you fight Scorcher himself.
Right. Who uses Shredder's classic move from the arcade game.
That's true.
I did love that. It felt like a callback to Ninja Turtles because he does duplicate himself and he is fighting with swords. And
he'll dash over the screen like shadowy style and fire pops up behind him that you can't touch.
So I enjoyed it. I could see the callback and I like that.
And then when you kill him, he turns into a dragon.
He does. He turns into a dragon. Shit. And flies away.
So then you go over the top of the mountain, go through that level, and then fight the dragon.
You do?
Fight him in dragon form.
Yes.
And then you get a like, oh, you saved everybody. Or you get that, no, it's the club or whatever. The woman saying, oh, thank you so much. But then you're not there because right as you kill him, he chomps you.
Dragon,
he eats you.
He gets you. He eats you up.
So then the last level is going through the dragon's belly.
Yes.
And finding the heart of evil inside of it. Fight and kill it.
That's the boss.
Get a whole bunch more beer. Save the Rockies. Chorus flowing from the mountaintops. Just pure refreshment down to all the people who live here.
You did it. There's not much to it. You said 30 minutes, and I think that's being pretty generous.
Yeah.
I think this is more like a 12-minute game. It's super short.
Yeah.
I did enjoy it, though. I mean, I really did. And I think that's the perfect length because it's like, I don't know that I would want to be advertised beer for longer than 12 minutes in a sitting.
Yeah. That's fair. But so it was, thanks for the idea, Zach. It actually worked out okay.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I'm trying to think of bad things to say about it other than...
For just a free advert game, yeah, like it's way better than what I'd expect. So like it's hard to bitch about. Like if I had to pay $4.99 for this, I'd be upset. But
yeah, I mean, yeah, if I had to pay $5, now all of a sudden here's the weird thing. If I paid $5 and you cut out everything Coors about the game, you replace the beer that drops from the enemies when you kill them with coins, and you replace the ridiculous scenarios where it's like, oh, our club needs Coors Light with something else, I wouldn't have a problem with it. I feel like, I mean, $5 for the length of the game might be steep, but like, I don't know, $2.99? I don't think that's a big deal.
Okay.
I'd pay crazy, I know, but I really enjoyed this game.
Do you have any achievements for it?
Well, shit, I wasted it earlier on my Verve pipe.
That still counts. That's fine.
Because the achievement is we were only refreshmen. and in order to unlock that.
So good.
That was the bird pipe, right?
Yes.
Okay. I get confused.
I don't know why you're asking me, but
But you answered with confidence. Yes.
that is Jess Dockery of Silk Street Post, one of her favorite songs. So
yeah?
I recall her mentioning it a lot. So that's the only reason.
The refreshman, you mean?
Yeah, like Slumlord Millionaire. That's how I know that. Like just some weird instance in my life or that was brought up to my attention.
Slumdog Millionaire?
Slumdog Millionaire.
I think you said Slumlord Millionaire.
Slumlord Millionaire.
Which is the porno parody. In order to unlock, we were only refreshmen. I guess you got to play this game on the road, drunk.
yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. God knows how many times I've unlocked this achievement. God.
Specifically while going to get zebra cakes.
I've got two. The first one being, I just need to stand for just a second.
Yeah. Okay.
And you unlock that by not jumping throughout the entire game.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I pretty much did. If I jumped, it was by accident.
Yeah, there's only like one specific time I remember jumping, and I was jumping over the dragon's flame breath.
I just straight took that.
Yeah.
And just kept hitting. So, yeah. The other one being, there's a special.
Yeah.
And you go through that by not using the special.
Did you unlock that one as well?
I easily could have.
Yeah.
Easily could have.
The specials aren't that.
It's not that much more powerful.
Yeah, it's not game changing.
It's just increases your range, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little more powerful, but
I thought speed was a lot more important than power.
Yeah.
In this game.
Yeah.
Because I mean, just the ability to like maneuver around enemies,
getting out of people's range, be able to get to like. Sometimes they would drop like Red Cross kits for health,
right?
And then there was like a speed and power up, like a red fist that would pop out.
Yeah, that kind of made like blade barriers at your feet or something like that. It reminded me of Ultima Online where you cast fucking blade barriers.
It made you go a lot faster and made your hits at least twice as strong.
And it made you more charismatic with the opposite sex.
It made you not care about the looks of the opposite sex whenever it was time to leave a party.
Yeah.
So,
oh, I feel like Coors Light goggles should be an achievement.
you're so drunk, you're like, this game's better than Chrono Trigger or Earthbound.
Why is this on IGN's top 100 iOS games?
Let's make that list. Let's hear what you tweeted about that.
You know what we should do today?
Hashtag more Coors games.
Do you think that there are other beer advert games out there?
Oh, there's got to be. Oh, okay. God. Somewhere in my memory, you say that. I'm like, oh, were there more? I vaguely
Is there something
remember.
with like the Budweiser Clydesdales?
I remember
or
the
something?
Budweiser frogs.
Oh.
Like there being like a flash game where it's like the frogs in like the swamp background and like you hit them and they'll eat flies and then say like Bud or Wise or whatever when you hit them to do. I vaguely somewhere in my head remember that.
The Budweiser Frogs rhythm game. We all know that.
Paul Corden's the master of that game.
If that was a flash game, when the fucking Budweiser Frogs were out, there's no way that game's still around. Like the only way I'm gonna do a search on YouTube for gameplay footage of that, and YouTube is gonna laugh at me.
Like I would like to find that the very first like computer game I probably ever played on a computer I owned was that flash game, the boxing flash game where you beat up like the final boss is Blarney. It's like a punching thing where you punch a color inverted Barney.
Oh, okay.
So his stomach is purple and his skin is green.
Okay.
And you fight him until like his eyes are falling out and he's bloody and like you do that. And you fight like Mike Bison and like just weird shit like that. And you just beat them to just a bloody horrific mess.
Was that on Newgrounds?
It was before Newgrounds.
Oh, okay.
This was like I didn't know how to maneuver the internet. Like I just like. I got there because I didn't know how to do anything on the internet. Like I remember just watching.
Let me pull up web crawler. Okay. All right. And fighting Barney game.
I didn't even know that. I just remember like because I talked about this a long time ago on this show. Like I was watching Friends and something like go to dietcoke.com and fill out this quiz and you can get a commercial. I was like, okay, all right. So I got on the internet and I was like, dietcoke.com. I didn't know how to do anything. And I remember I filled out this survey and this quiz, put in my address, put in everything. And like 2 years later, I got a coupon for a free like 12-ounce Diet Coke.
Hey, paid off.
Yeah.
Paid off.
Like my mom gave it to me in the mail. Like, this came for you. Oh, it's like, why do I have a coupon for that? Oh my God. And like the second website I ever like went to was like playboy.com.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. And then from there, Brendan told me about like Yahoo and ways to like find things on the
search,
internet.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I had no clue whatsoever. My parents didn't know, like
Yeah.
nothing. So
You know, the best thing that...
I basically got it for Ultima Online.
Oh, the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair. I essentially only got the internet when I was a freshman in high school for playing games online. So I think that's totally doable. And then like porn was just like a nice second. It was like, oh, I can also view pornography on here. But the speeds are never good. And it wasn't like Encarta quality porn clips either.
That's why you got to print out those images and save them somewhere,
Yeah.
and then get caught like years later after you print out hundreds and hundreds of them.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand that. But the whole like browsers adding the feature where you can just type what you're searching for in the URL bar is like the best thing they've ever done for our parents. Because I feel like I can't tell you how many times I've had to like in the past tell my mom, no, you don't type what you're searching for in that. That's like, you just put a URL in there. Well, what is that? Like the thing that ends in .com, like that's what you put there. Well, why can't I just put what I'm searching for there? Because you gotta like, you can't do that. You have to like type in.
You can't do that for a while longer.
Yeah, you should just wait. So I think that's the best thing that browsers have ever done. Because that has cut down on the number of texts I receive drastically. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
It's been a podcast. I feel like this has not been a strong episode, but I've had fun recording it.
Yeah.
I feel like we've tried really hard.
To turn this game, turn this game into something,
Yeah. I mean, we have really, really like this might be our limit. Like this might be the most we've ever stretched. But still, I've had fun, and all good things must come to an end, I suppose. If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, and if it's not the beard that I think you should give it, I will let you know.
Okay.
What kind of beard would you give it?
I would give it a drunk in the middle of winter Sean Miller goatee.
Okay, that's acceptable. That's acceptable beard. I thought you were going to give it the frozen beard of Avalanche.
No. I didn't play as Avalanche, so I only remember like he was there.
His beard has it's frosty. It's brimming with refreshment.
I mean, it's pretty similar to the middle of winter Sean Miller goatee. It's pretty similar.
Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, I don't give a shit what kind of glasses you give it. I'm just going to let you do whatever you want. What kind of glasses would you give it?
It would be the foggy middle of winter Sean Miller glasses. Just a full Sean Miller beer episode
Yeah.
we're going with here.
So why isn't Miller here with us tonight?
I don't know. I told him about this. He's like, because he came over to my house yesterday.
Yeah.
Like around noon, because he was on his way home. He stopped by and we talked, hung out for a little while. I was like, we're gonna record tonight and record tomorrow. He's like, I wish I could, man, but whatever he had to do. So
Yeah.
he's a busy guy.
Yeah.
He's got a job that requires a lot of commuting.
Yeah.
So not as available as he used to be.
Yeah. I think that I would be okay with lots of commuting as long as I could listen to podcasts.
Yeah. I've given him a ton of audiobooks and
Yeah.
stuff he's plowed through. So
I think that would be pretty cool.
I would like that.
Like if I got paid for that commuting.
Yeah.
If it was just like I have to drive 2 hours to get to work kind of deal, I don't think that I would like that.
Yeah.
Because now all of a sudden I'm working essentially 12 hours.
Yeah. If you're paid as part of your job to
Yeah.
go to these places, I think I'd be totally okay with that.
I'm down, especially if you could drink while you do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Which you can in
In Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah, you
yep.
saw that on Internet is Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it on Michael Kelso's Facebook. Somebody posted, tagged him in that. And I was like, I'm gonna look through this. Okay, Mississippi is the only state. I knew a state did it. I thought it was Texas, but yeah, Mississippi. You can, as long as you're not over the legal limit, you can just drink a beer while you're driving around.
It was Mississippi, and I remember that because my grandparents lived in Mississippi, and when I read that, I was like, "Fuck! I could have been drinking and driving the whole time."
Because at least in Kentucky, you can drive with your headphones in.
I know. Yeah, we've had that discussion before because I thought it was illegal to drive with your headphones.
It was in Virginia.
Yeah.
And Blake got a ticket for it one time.
Right.
So I think he was in his car in the parking lot when a cop cruised by and saw it and gave him a ticket for it.
I just feel like that's a case of shitty cop.
Our parking lot, the parking lot that we had to be, because the seminary had partnerships with these apartment buildings and stuff like that, but the parking was meant to fuck you over. So like cops were constantly driving through the parking lot, making sure you had like the right stickers and decals and you were in the right place and parked the right way.
So it was a revenue stream.
A certain time, absolutely. Absolutely. And of course you had to make sure like if you registered in that state, then of course you had to have your vehicle like checked out for like emissions and shit like that. So like I was supposed to do that. I got away with never having to do it. But I think Blake might have also got a ticket for that too, like not getting his vehicle inspected because he registered whenever he moved in.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can't tell you how many parking tickets I contested at Murray State.
Oh, really?
So many.
Oh, man.
I used to get tickets all the time, and I would just call the number and be like, "This didn't happen." All right, just tear it up. Great.
Wow. Yeah. Shit. I paid my first semester at Murray State. I had $200 worth of tickets.
You should have just called. Honestly, like it was so easy because they were just like, I don't know who was on the other line, but they did not give a shit. Just like, what, you weren't there? No. What time was the ticket issued? I don't know. Like I had class at 10:30. You should probably fire that guy. All right, just tear it up.
Wow. Damn. A lot of tickets weren't mine because I let Kevin Link drive my car to class, and he would just like fucking park wherever. Uh-huh. And I remember there was a day where I got multiple tickets where I would park somewhere to go into one class, and then like I had a 2-hour break, so I go get something to eat, have to park somewhere else, get another ticket wherever I parked again, and just like it was awful. Murray State was the worst.
You're not supposed to park in the Coors Center?
You could just park in the grass, like just drive onto the university, onto the sidewalk, and park in the grass, cheaper than parking in a handicap spot.
You want to take some calls?
Yeah.
How are we doing? How are we doing on time?
We're not even in an hour yet.
Oh my God.
If we entered it right now, it would be like old school time.
All right. You want to do that? You want to have a throwback?
Now, let's take a few calls.
Yeah, I'm down.
We have a lot of calls to take.
Yeah, we do. We're caught up to October 4th. Which I love that. I love that.
October, love it.
Yeah. Oh, October's my favorite month. Thanksgiving month is pretty good too. Can you tell me what time Thanksgiving?
What time is the Thanksgiving month? It is now month. Yes, now month.
Oh, good. It's very, very pleasurable.
Now month is gooder over October.
All right, here we go. Here's a call from 757. I believe this is Adam. Apologies if I've played this one already. If I have, Tyler, please let me know.
Okay.
What's up, TADPOG? It's Adam. Sorry to call back so soon. I just finished the Nintendo 64.
It's been a long time,
Mario
man.
Episode, so I figured why wait to call later. At the very end of the episode, you guys talked about something that I've been thinking about since I started listening to this podcast, and that is, what do podcasters look like? I don't have Facebook, so I don't know what you guys look like. So I've had this like design in my head of what Tyler looks like and what Dave looks like and Nikki and Meg and Josh and Nicole and everybody. Like I just have these images in my head of what you guys look like. I had a dream one time that I got to come to the annex. Like I had won the golden ticket and I was able to come to the annex. And when I opened the door, all of you were sitting there right at the table. And when I saw you, I knew who exactly everybody was. But everybody was so freaking ugly. It was such a letdown and desire. Because I just imagine that you guys are like the most beautiful people. And I know that beauty is far beyond what we look like on the outside. But man, you guys are ugly. So I've had that thought of like, what do people look like? And I'm with Nicole. Sometimes I'd rather just not know what people look like. So I'm glad I'm not the only person who thinks that way. So I really connected with that part of the podcast. I meant to mention this last time I called. When you guys, I don't remember what episode it was, but the Pepsi Man episode, that's what it was. Tyler had a quiz about some German soda company, and when Dave said Fanta, the laugh that Dave gave was one of the most joyful springings to my heart as a grown man. I rewound that section of the podcast at least 2 times to listen to Dave laugh.
I couldn't believe it.
My request is, at some point in the near future, can you go and find that clip and use it as the bumper at the end of the episode? Because, my goodness, it gave me a boner in both my heart and my jeans. I love you guys very much, and I'll call back in a few days with some questions about Mario 64. Have a good one.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah. I mean, we look vaguely like the 8-bit art that you made that is on the TADPOG logo.
Yeah, just look at that.
The closest approximation.
Just look at that.
Although I have to mention that I took a hit to my self-esteem because I don't think I'm an ugly person. But whenever I met your cousin David at Dragon Con, he could not believe that I looked like how I look like compared to how I sound. He wasn't comfortable unless I was on the other side of the room where he couldn't see me to hear me talk.
I don't think that I wouldn't take that as a hit to your attractiveness.
I was like, okay.
I think it was just
because the minute I meet him, he's like, "Hey, you're bigger than I thought you'd be." I was like, "How about fuck you, man? How about some of that? I've lost a lot of weight. So a few months ago, it was way worse than this." Good to meet you too. Shake your hand kind of violently. Like you're the Iceland team in Mighty Ducks 2. Yeah, okay, hi. You'll give us a Sega Saturn? Okay, then I'll start to make up for it.
Yeah, we do kind of look like, I mean, how we do.
You did a good job, yeah.
Which, by the way, really weird. I looked back at the date that I sketched that logo out because I drew it in pencil first and scanned it in before I brought it into Illustrator and made it all pixel art. That was on 3 years later. 3 years later, Henry was born. So he was born on the same day as our logo.
All right.
I'll tell him that when he gets older. I'll be like, you know what? Here's your brother. Here's your brother. It's the art for the show.
Same day.
Can you believe it? You were born on the same day. I'm your crazy dad.
You want this tattoo? We'll do that right now. Yeah, they'll do it for a 6-year-old if I sign a piece of paper. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know a guy.
I knew one kid I went to high school with that his parents signed for him to get a tattoo when he was like 14 or 15.
Shitting me?
And like everybody, like, you got a tattoo? Yeah, my mom just told me it's no big deal.
Please tell me it was like the Tasmanian devil or something like that.
It was a tiger, and it was the shittiest looking tiger. Like I expected like a cool looking tiger.
Yeah.
Nope. It was just something like out of a kid's children's illustration of like a tiger walking through grass on his shoulder. Like I was like, this is what you got? Okay, sure.
Like he showed up at the tattoo parlor with a Highlights magazine. One of these, please. Also, the Fanta.
You're a real Shere Khan fan, right? Yeah.
The Fanta laugh is available as a ringtone on iTunes.
Multiple people have said that because, like, whenever like that pure joyous Dave laugh is just like undiluted, unfiltered. Like you can tell you were having a good time. Yeah, it's a good sound.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like it gives me a reason to stick around on the show.
Stick around on this mortal coil.
On this coil, yeah. On this fiery hellscape that is life.
Because the Scorcher's basically taken all the refreshment out of my life.
Thanks, Scorcher. If only I had some kind of
That's what we call the devil, the Scorcher. Catholicism calls him the Scorcher, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'm glad that Adam mentioned Pepsi Man. Because who is a better refresher? The Refresh-Men or Pepsi Man? They both revolve around the same concept, dispersing refreshment. The products they support actually don't do those things.
Yeah. Yeah, because Pepsi like actually dehydrates you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's my wine man dishing out true refreshment. Beaujolais man.
Wino guy. All right. Thanks for calling, Adam. We love you. Yeah. Long story short, we look like squirrels. Okay.
Yeah. Welcome to the giant ball sack tanukis from that Miyazaki movie.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Just with beard and glasses.
But not the tanukis, just the ball sacks.
We just look like giant ball sacks hung on a wall talking into microphones.
You know the end of Akira? It's like that, but with ball sacks. That's what we look like. Except one ball sack has a beard.
Like our mic stand sticking out. Yeah, just like everything was absorbed. Yeah.
All kinds of organic material. These calls are really, I'm taking a hit to my self-esteem because it's like, we got that one call where it's like, I had a beard down to my sweaty tits. And now.
Yeah, that's two people who imagine us.
I know.
Just being really
just
gross.
Trolls. And now Adam's concerned about how we look. I mean, I don't know. Look, I just want to say, just because a guy masturbates a lot doesn't mean that he's a complete uggo. All right. Thanks for calling, Adam. We got another text. This is from 763. Oh, this is for Manpog. Sorry.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, this is for Manpog. I'll save that. All right. Here is another call. This is from 763, so we can see who left the Manpog question.
Fucking TADPOG. Fish Lips J.
Fish Lips J.
I was just calling in because I felt like it. If you're listening to this on an all-college show, that's cool. If you're listening to it on another ship Monday, also cool. Hello, any guests you might have on?
Nope.
Jay sounds refreshed to me.
I got a short story to tell you. So today I was at work. And I was just, doing my thing, doing my work, and I kind of, did a little sniff, and I was like, oh man, something smells. Something's got a familiar smell to it.
Uh-oh.
And I was just thinking about it, and I was like, oh, you know what? I had sex last night, and I went down on my wife. Yeah.
I mean, at least it was familiar. Because I think that would be awful to be like, I went down on my wife, and what was that?
Is that it for the calls? Is it in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. No, I just paused it. I was like,
let's address this right now.
We got a problem.
I don't think Jay has any sort of facial hair, so.
Wash your face, dude.
Because I can see it because I know after I eat pizza, I smell it in my beard for a long time after. So
yeah, I like that.
The facial hair makes any odor cling more deeply.
I believe it.
So yeah, and as much as I like pizza, when I'm really full after I eat pizza, it's not great to keep smelling it afterward.
So you think that the same rules apply for oral sex?
Maybe. I guess it depends on who it's with. Man, my face smells like Josh's balls.
Man, he had his tanuki sack all up on my beard. It's going to be smelling for days. Thanks for calling, Jay. Let's see. We got another call. I believe this is from Adam. Google translates the first sentence as, "What's up, Dad?" So I don't know why that's funny.
Could be Henry from the future.
Yeah. Well,
what's up, Dad? Don't play Coors Refresh-Men. It starts you down a very dark path.
I know. It seems innocent enough.
Future Henry. Future Carrot Key Henry.
All right, here we go.
What's up, Tadpog? It's Adam Long. 6:40 something in the morning on Friday.
Ooh.
I am in the truck driving to my old town. I live about 30 minutes away from where I used to live now that I got married, and meeting a buddy for coffee. We would meet once a week for coffee when I lived out there, so now we try to do it whenever we can, whenever I have a day off. So driving out there to get coffee with him, and I'm finishing up the Bill Lampier's college basketball, and I'll call back about that a little bit later. I just wanted to call in and talk a little bit about Super Mario 64. I love that game. It's my most favorite game, I think, to play, especially on the Nintendo 64. I still have a receipt at my house for a Nintendo 64 and a Super Mario 64 from Toys R Us in July of said year that they came out. I had gotten
I think
it
you
for
still
my
return it
birthday,
then.
and we took it with us
I think
on
it's safe to
vacation
throw that one out.
weekend. And I remember just playing it so much as a kid, and I still have the original box that my system came in, and I still have the original box my
Nice.
Mario came in.
Nice.
So it's definitely a favorite in my book. I love that you guys really enjoyed it. Dave, I love that you enjoyed it. It gave my 12-year-old self a boner that I had no idea what to do with. It also gave my 31-year-old self a boner that I really didn't know what to do with. But I really enjoyed that episode. And to let you guys know my love for Mario 64, I've got a file saved where I've 120 starred it. I have all the stars. But I've also gone back through in every level and not only collected 100 coins, but I collected every single coin that's in a level. Some levels have 104 coins, some levels have 137 coins. I looked it up online to figure out how many coins are in each level, and I went back to make sure I could 100% this game by collecting every single thing, which was a little frustrating in some levels, but so rewarding when I look at that final screen and there's so many coins that have been caught. So that's my love for that game. My question for you guys is there a game that you guys love so much that you almost make up your own objective or go above and beyond to complete? Love to hear your stories. Looking forward to listening to the rest of Bill Lampier, and I'll call back in a little while. Love you guys.
We love you too, Adam.
Final Fantasy VI and Earthbound.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, I think Final Fantasy VI is what
Final
immediately
Fantasy VI,
came
I've
to
done it
mind.
more than anything else.
Yeah. And honestly, Final Fantasy VI for me was testing out all the crazy rumors. Like getting General Leo in your party.
Getting
and like,
Cecil.
Yep. all the shit. And it's like I would hear a rumor and it'd be like, well, I'm 14 and it's summer. I don't have shit to do. So let's try all these crazy things out. None of them worked. Not a single one of them.
Yep.
But that's okay because it was fun.
Yeah, because I would play through. A lot of times I would grind at the very beginning in that very first cave when you're just Terra, and see just how much I could level her up before I completely ran out of resources. And I would do that, and that would set up every person you get from the rest of the game is going to be that amount of levels
because they
higher
scale
than you.
it based on
Right.
Terra.
So I would get Sabin and he would know like 6 blitzes as opposed to just pummel.
Yeah.
So that was always an interesting way to play the rest of the game.
And that's you're talking about the Narsh caves, right?
Right.
With the Welk. That is great because you've got fucking Magitech armor as Terra.
Oh no, I would just do like afterward when you're just
okay.
when you run
Okay.
across the bridge
Oh,
into
gotcha.
that cave.
I
yeah.
gotcha. Because I was gonna say if you're doing it with Magitech armor, then that's gonna be a
You're
breeze.
not going to run out of resources
Yeah.
because you can just tech heal or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, no, I would do it just as when you're solo Terra in the caves.
I want Magitech armor in real life, real bad.
Yeah.
I do. Real bad.
I heard you can buy it in North Carolina.
I'm moving.
I heard you can.
I'm moving.
Hoverboards and Magitech armor.
I'm fucking there.
No, if I ever go back to a Pathfinder game, then just play a gnome summoner and you can have your Eidolon be Magitech armor. It'll be great.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess I could. Right.
Yeah.
Synthesis summoner is that the thing that would do it?
The most powerful thing in Pathfinder. Yep.
Yeah, I would unravel the game. What I would
That's
do
about what Josh did.
Yeah.
And I further gave him the ability to exploit it whenever I gave him a custom magic item that I didn't realize he could exploit in that way to basically become immortal. So
Can I bitch about Pathfinder for just a minute?
Yeah.
Man, Paizo, don't do these things because what happens is now the game master has to like base everything around the most powerful character, which is way more powerful than the rest of the group. Like way more powerful. So now the challenge ratings are through the fucking roof, and the guy just playing the druid is not having a good time.
That same thing happened in my 3.5 game in DC.
Yeah.
Like his Blake's combination. Number one, he played a character from the Book of Nine Swords, which is the most broken book
That's
in
OP.
3.5. Yeah. The other two classes actually aren't that bad, but the one class he played is broken as fuck.
God, I can't remember what it's called.
Warblade.
The Warblade, yeah. Because there's Sword Sage. Is that another one?
Sword Sage, and it's some kind of like Crusader or something like that. But yeah, I mean, they have limits built in, but like Warblade basically it's like a a fighter who has equally as powerful wizard spells, and you don't run out of them.
Right.
So then he played a Goliath, which is the most powerful race.
And it's like a free action to use them, right? Because you just do a sword maneuver.
To recover them, yeah. All you have to do is just flourish your sword and you get them all back. The other two classes have a complicated process in order to get them back, or you have to wait the next day. Not for Warblade.
And that's a big deal for spellcasters is the amount of time it takes to get those resources back.
Yep.
You got to sleep a fucking night.
So that's what made it just unbelievably broken.
Yeah.
And then I remember reading forums where people are trying to discuss the limits of some of the powers that it has because they're worded so poorly. There's this Ironheart Surge or something like that where all you have to do is flourish your sword and you end any condition currently on you. And it's worded like that. Any condition currently affecting you. Well,
Dead's a condition.
Darkness is a condition. So sun goes down, I have to wave my sword around, sun comes back up. It's just it was so poorly done. And he did that, and of course Blake is masterful at min-maxing.
Mm-hmm.
So he was so much more powerful than everyone else in that game. James was playing a cleric built to the max for Hammer of Righteousness, which we know is one of the most broken spells in D&D.
Yeah.
But even that could not touch the build that Blake had made. It was either I exploit his weakness, which is will saves.
Every time. And you would have to do every battle.
Not make it to where he had negatives or have a hard time. It was incapacitate you in a way that you cannot recover from, or you kill anything I make in one round.
It's tough, man, because I had a similar issue in the game that I was running because you masterfully crafted a character for Meg, Ode. Mm-hmm. And Ode was a great character, but she was the best in the game at healing.
It was just healing to the point
that's what she did. Yeah. And she fit the niche because you had a pretty full group already. Mm-hmm. So you just throw a really good healer on top of that, and it's all of a sudden I could not throw things at you that were challenging. Yes. I couldn't throw a challenge at you.
Yeah, fast healing 30, 40 every round. Her Cure Light was healing 70 points. Yeah.
The only way to do it was I had to kill her or incapacitate her in every battle.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden that's not fun for the person playing that character.
Yeah.
Because it's
especially Meg, because she liked healing, so that, and then she was the one who suffered the most in the DC game whenever Blake was too powerful.
Yeah.
She had a miserable time after that.
No one wants to be shut down.
Yeah.
I get that. And it's weird because it's that's where I feel you have to set limitations on what people can play in the game. And I know it sucks because you will have players give you shit about it. Mm-hmm. Where it's oh no synthesis summoner, sorry. Someone will give you shit for that. Mm-hmm. But I do think that you gotta look at the scope of the game. If this is going to late levels, there's no way.
Yeah, I let Josh play a synthesis summoner in my dwarf game, and to his credit, thank God he didn't try to min-max and break it because it could have gotten so much worse. Yeah. He just kind of played it straight up as written, not exploiting any of the class features, anything like that, and he was still incredibly powerful.
Oh yeah, way powerful.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for calling, Adam.
Yeah.
You want to take another call? Do we have time?
I hope if it's him for his combat basketball question.
It is not. This is from 270. It looks like it's probably Taryn.
All right, good.
We might have already played this one. I feel like we've played all of Taryn's calls.
Hey, motherfucking TADPOG. It's Taryn. So I've got a little story for you. I've got two, actually.
Pause. Taryn is definitely refreshed.
Yeah. She is incredibly refreshed.
Whoa. All right. Sorry.
I just got done listening to the part 2 of the Macarena of Time. And, yeah, Macarena, because I don't really know what the game is called, and that makes me laugh. It makes me laugh a little because it's the Macarena, and that makes me think of some ass grabbing and middle school dances, but whatever. But I was just listening to that episode. Just want to let you guys know that I also still have my pogs.
Nice.
And I was a South Marshall Middle School POG champion. Motherfucking champion, dog. That's me. I had a Michael Jordan slammer. And I, too, also had a champion box, or like a competition box, or whatever. But anyway, the reason I called is because I like to call you guys when I know I'm going to sound funny, and I know that it's going to be hilarious. I had a little accident in the gym today, and I have some compression fractures in my back.
Oh, shit.
So
That's it. The call-ins. When she was here recording with us, she didn't mention any of that.
I know she was so drunk, she doesn't remember making that call. I guarantee it. She will hear this tomorrow or whatever it comes out Wednesday and be like,
"Oh shit, I do have compression fractures. Oh God, no wonder I've been hurting."
Yeah, she totally was too drunk to remember doing this.
God, I got really refreshed and forgot. Thanks for calling. I get better. She did not call back. The call just ended. I'm glad we physically saw her. Otherwise, I would be concerned for her safety right now.
She hit maximum refreshment and went to bed.
See, that's the problem with getting refreshed. There is a limit. Thanks for calling, Taryn. Here's another. This is from 270. This is not from Taryn. It's a text message that starts out, "Hello, gentlemen. Exalted Lord Mike of Purdue with a Back to the Future flavored Would You Rather." I feel like we did this.
He did these. Yeah, we did these.
Sorry.
We jumped that ahead in line.
God, I'm sorry to get everyone's hopes up. Yeah, this is the one with the Mary Fuck Kill, Claudia Wells, Elizabeth Shue. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a good one, Mike. Sorry. All right. Here is another voicemail from 757. I think it's Adam, right?
What's up, TADPOG? It's Adam. Random call today. I'm right now in the middle of the All Calls show with Taryn, but I was looking through the Notes app in my iPhone, and there's a couple different notes with a couple different things that I wanted to mention to you when I called next. And apparently, I just haven't even looked at any of these in a while, so I'm going to rapid fire through some of these. I'll give you a break in between each if you want to pause it and talk about it.
Okay.
Some of them aren't going to make any sense, and I'm okay with that.
Perfect.
So the first thing I have written down here is women from Trinidad.
All right, I paused it. Women from Trinidad. Tyler, go.
Trinidadian nannies, man.
Trinidadies?
Trinidadies.
Trinidadies.
That sounds. It doesn't sound like I'm talking about nannies from Trinidad.
No, it doesn't.
The next thing I have written is, why doesn't Taco Bell make Doritos Locos Nachos? Seems like a no freaking brainer. Am I wrong?
Nachos? Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I'm on board.
I'm surprised.
I feel like that is an Iowan delicacy. I remember having Doritos Nachos in middle school, and they were delicious.
The next thing I have written here is, you guys got in a conversation about the plural of fish, and I've always said fishes, not just because the holy word of God says fishes, but because if I have multiple dish on my table, they're dishes. So why would multiple plates be dishes and multiple fish not be fishes?
Because English is fucked up.
Yeah, English is weird. Yeah. I've actually had a pretty lengthy conversation with Time Lord Josh Edwards, English professor, about Professor. Man, whoa, I've had a refreshment. About the fish and fishes thing. And he actually used that. He listened to that episode of TADPOG and then brought it up to his class. And they had a discussion about how weird the English language is. And why is the plural of fish, unless we're talking about broader range of species. It's weird. English be crazy, Tyler.
Also, while you guys were playing Mario 64, you talked about that stupid little penguin that is a fake penguin that mother clearly doesn't want.
Right.
So I'd like you guys to spend some time with some head fiction on what is that penguin's backstory.
It's a Cylon penguin, and she suspects it's a Cylon penguin, so she's not going to pay attention to it.
Or maybe it's not actually a Cylon penguin, but the mother penguin is convinced that it is.
Yep.
It's actually hers. She's neglectful. Neglectful penguin mother. Pretty typical.
Or it's a penguin synth like in Fallout 4. Like when you walk into Diamond City and a guy kills his brother. They're like, no, he's a synth, and you check his body. No, he wasn't. Guy just went crazy with paranoia.
Can I derail this call and this conversation, this head fiction for just a moment? I feel like I need to unburden myself with something. I need to feel better about something. In Fallout 4, occasionally you run into some people who they just mention that they're synths. They just say that. And I have spent so much time with the Brotherhood of Steel, I made a decision early on that I'm full Brotherhood of Steel.
Ooh.
I know.
I can only think of one thing when that's really bad.
And I know what it is.
Yep.
I know what that thing is. And it's like, I've already thought about that because I've had that. I mean, when we were recording, I learned that someone was a synth. And it was like, when I heard that, I was like, oh, God, no.
He doesn't hide it, though. And it's very obvious.
Yeah.
So.
Well, even like random NPCs where they're like, I ran into like a group where they're 3 people and they're fighting over whether to kill a guy or not because he's a synth. I rolled up on them and they're like, the guy was like, please help me, I'm a synth. And like the dialogue option was just like, kill him. and then the 2 people are like, thanks, mister. And then just murder the guy.
Don't join the railroad.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be tough. I don't know how to do it, but I'm either going to stay true to the character that I've created or I'm going to cave and be like, I would like to do all the things in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I can see, I mean, if I'm justifying it character-wise, then my character is making any alliances she can to get her son back.
Right, I get it. Like, I get that, and I've done that so many times in video games where I wish there was a reward for, like, just straight up playing a character. Where it's like, someone who's not mercenary, someone who's just like, yeah, I like what the Brotherhood of Steel is doing, so I'm going to play as if I am actually in the Brotherhood of Steel. I don't know. It's just kind of a bummer to me that's like not I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's a good reward for playing in character. While there's a huge reward for doing all the things,
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't know. All right. Sorry, Adam.
If Josh keeps it at a 6 on a regular, what do you think High Josh would keep it at?
What would High Josh keep it at? -6?
It's about the same. Like you could tell
Allegedly.
You can allegedly tell he's high, but it's about the same. It's just same level of energy. He's just different. So
Allegedly, he's different.
yeah.
Also, during the Super Smash Brothers episode, I thought to myself, who are the Super Smash Brothers? Is it Mario and Luigi? Because they don't really advertise them as the Super Smash Brothers or Bros, if you're cool.
The Super Smash Brothers. The Smuckers Brothers? Yeah, I mean...
Pretty sure it's the Smothers Brothers or the Smuckers Brothers.
Smothers Brothers, something. Something that starts with an SM.
Jacob and Liam Gallagher, maybe?
Yeah, I think that's it. I do think that's it.
Last but not least, I am every day more and more impressed by Jacob York's knowledge of everything. The guy is an actor. He's a theater guy. He likes fellatio. At least he likes getting pissed on by women, whatever. But it amazes me that when you guys call him, of all people, about the Bill Lampierre's basketball, his sports knowledge just blows me out of the water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more convinced every day that Jacob York is the pinnacle of what a human man should be, and I long to be like him.
He already loves you so much.
About yourself to be more like Jacob York, what would it be? I'll give you guys a call soon. I love you so much. Bye.
Jacob has already expressed to me how much he loves Adam and wants Adam to call in more and thinks Adam is fantastic. And Jacob is a sucker for compliments. So right now you have just put Jacob on another level. He is going to make love to you should you ever meet.
And you will enjoy it.
Yeah, you will.
You will enjoy it.
Jacob is a basketball guy, so his knowledge of basketball is like
Jacob is
solid.
a basketball.
He is a basketball. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, he is composed of basketball.
That when you throw him at a wolf, it dies.
Yeah.
He's an anti-wolf basketball.
But you gotta say check when you do it. I still don't know. I still don't know what that means.
It's just something you do when you play basketball. I know I do it.
You just
It's
why
a
do you
rule,
do it?
Apparently, I don't know. You know what? I don't know.
I've done it. I don't know why I did it.
Yeah, I don't know why you. Man, I haven't thought about that in a long time. I don't know why you do it either.
Church league basketball.
It's just a rule.
Check.
Check.
All right. Check. I don't know.
And trying to get it back to them in a funny way, so as soon as they get it, then you can knock it back out of their hand. Yeah, I don't know.
Jacob,
I don't know.
If you're listening, why? Please let us know why we check the basketball.
Or any NBA street refs who know, please.
That's it. What would we do? What would we change about ourselves to be more like Jacob? I have my answer.
What would I do to be more like Jacob? I would put more into pursuing my dreams.
Yeah.
Because Jacob, he knew from the time he was in first grade that he wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. So I
is
respect
currently doing
that.
Yeah.
Mhm. And he's making it solely as an actor. He has no other job to support himself. He makes it 100% as an actor.
I totally respect that. I think that's one of the most amazing things about Jacob. I'm going to go a shallow route and say I'd like to be tall like Jacob.
Yep.
That must be nice to just be, I don't know, like respected by women.
Because Jacob he's joined CrossFit recently, and the coach singled him out as like wanting to do projects with him because Jacob is like he's tall and he's not skinny. He's like he's built for his size. So like Jacob be a natural powerhouse weightlifter if like he decided like I just want to get big and lift weights.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could be a wrestler with his size and stature if he wanted to be. And he's naturally a strong guy, so he could be an amazing like bodybuilder weightlifter if he wanted to be. So
he's pretty great, Adam, is what we're saying.
Yep.
Is that your love is not misplaced. He is like way better than us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like if like some like a mad scientist combined Tyler and myself, we just get like a third guy who's just kind of like us already. Like he just got a bearded glasses, but other than that, he's pretty much just the same guy.
So if the two of us and Jacob were in a video game, it would be Final Fight Guy, and Jacob is Hagar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Between us, I don't know who's Cody and who's Guy. I don't know. You took karate at one point, didn't you?
Yeah.
So I guess you're Guy then.
I'm the obligatory guy.
Yeah.
Or Guy, because I'm French.
Okay, good.
Also, Jacob's page has like 1,000 likes, and ours has 300.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
There is like he is at least 3 times better than both of us combined, because that's how I measure everything in Facebook likes. The currency of the future.
So Khloe Kardashian is the best thing ever in the world.
Yeah, she is pretty great.
Yep, like 10 million likes. Yeah, she's
That's
the best
a lot.
thing ever.
That's a lot of goddamn likes. What do you think? We got time for another?
Nah, I think that's good.
All right.
That's a good one to end on.
Okay.
We'll send Jacob off on a, man, that was a good episode, you guys.
Man, that was really good.
That's the best episode you've ever done.
Wow.
So thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. So don't miss the next episode. I think we're kind of picking up on some games that we've talked about doing for a long time. So
I think you're
out of
gonna
the
like
bag. Yeah, next you might be. So what else? Just say we're gonna do a Super Nintendo game that we talked about doing
Old school.
a long time ago.
We're going old school.
Traditional. If you want to help us out, we still need iTunes likes, reviews, subscriptions. So please go to iTunes, type in TADPOG. You think you might get there putting Tadpo? No, you'll just get Tadpole Incorporated. You need that G in there, and then you'll find Tadpog under podcasts.
Isn't that a 50 Cent song? Put that G in there.
Put that G. It is G Unit. I think that's where we got it. We were just going to be Tadpo,
Right.
But then we were like, we really like 50 Cent.
Yeah.
So let's put that G in there.
I showed you the tattoo
Tadpog.
on my back that says, "Never forget 50 Cent is watching you always from heaven." He's alive. He's alive though.
But
one day he'll be dead.
he vacations in heaven. It's fine.
I'm a very emo 50 Cent fan. I think about in the future when he's dead, and I get sad about it. Yeah. So right next to the shitty highlights tiger on my back, I've got 50 Cent. I've got actually like where he got shot. I have tattooed bullet wounds on my body.
It's So you have a lot of bullet wound tattoos.
Yeah, a lot of tattoos. It's not very pretty.
So please find us on iTunes, subscribe, 5 stars, write a review.
Yeah.
And in that review, if there's a game you want us to play or a guest host you want for an episode, or if you want to make a Patreon request there, that's something you can do now.
Yep.
So please do that. We promise, whatever you put in there, we will get to that eventually.
Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we are going to be back. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love this new thing that we're gonna be like going into. You're gonna be like, oh wow, like I wish they would have been better podcasters when they were doing games similar to this. This is great. In the meantime, you can always find us on tadpog.com. Like Tyler said, you got to have the G in there or you will get some Tadpoles Incorporated. Is that what you said?
It's kids' books.
Yeah. So, yeah. I'm going to say, is that like the Kids Incorporated, but for frogs? The show notes are there at tadpog.com. Check it out. You can also find us on Facebook. We're at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there, and they are doing a lot of cool shit. Thank you, everybody who likes us on Facebook.
See, now I'm thinking like, okay, what's a good frog pun I can do with Kids Incorporated?
Let it boil.
Starring Jennifer Love Newton.
Yeah, there's the comedy gold. It took us an hour and 15 minutes to get there.
I found it though. There's that nugget for this episode. Get Jennifer Love Hewitt frog puns.
Hey, thanks for commenting on Facebook. If you know what, we only need like 700 more likes to catch up to Jacob.
Yep.
To catch up to his actor page, we only need 700. And I get taunted by Facebook. Do you get this as well, Tyler, when you log in to Facebook and you go to our page? I see this little notification that says, you're almost to a milestone, 500 likes. And I'm like, no, I'm not.
Like
really
after we passed, like I think 300, then we started getting that.
Yeah. That's been a long stretch of around 300. And I'll check, and it's like every now and then I'll be like, yeah, I mean, let's see how we're doing on Facebook likes. Well, 2 people liked us and 1 unliked us. So like
Yep.
we are gaining.
We're getting there.
0 ground, man. 0 ground. We're treading water. That's fine. I love the people. I love the people who like us on Facebook. Everyone who doesn't, fuck them, I say. Just fuck them. You like us on Facebook? You're okay in my book. You can see a photograph of me. You can see what I look like.
You can ruin whatever's in your mind's eye. It's fine.
Yeah. I was like, don't do that.
We are awful. We are gross.
Oh yeah, it's just nasty.
We are the extra puppets from Labyrinth.
You know the lady with the big bag of junk on her back? We're just like random bits of junk in that bag.
We're both the hands that make up the tunnel she's falling down. The hands make faces and mouths and record this podcast.
And Jacob's David Bowie.
Yeah. Well, the basketball instead of that crystal orb. That's
Right. It's Fushigi basketball. The ancient Asian art of basketball.
And Asian is his very noticeable crotch bulge. It's all full circle.
Yeah. You can also find us on Twitter. We are at @tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome. I realize. Hey, thank you everybody for retweeting us, especially our episode announcements, because that helps spread the word. Speaking of spreading the word, Adam, when you had coffee with your friend, did you mention Tadpog? Did you tell a friend? I bet he did.
And Adam, you must be a good friend to be on the road at 6:40 on your day off to go get coffee with somebody.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, nope.
I wouldn't do that.
When we would do that when we lived in Louisville and Lexington respectively, we would meet up once a week to go get diarrhea somewhere in Frankfurt. But that was late at night. We didn't do it in the morning.
Never in the morning. You don't want diarrhea in the morning.
No.
It's just not a good.
No.
It's not a good way to start the day. I'll have some Captain Crunch and sit down for 45 minutes.
I'd rather have it at night and then just like roll the dice on whether or not I shit the bed.
I wonder why Adam is concerned that we look like monsters.
Because we have both talked about shitting the bed.
Well, I'm saving a story. So yeah, Twitter. Thanks. Where else are we? You can call us if you want, I guess. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Call us at 270-883-2555. Leave us a voicemail. Send us a text message. We will get to it. You will love it. You can be just like Adam. Maybe just like Adam.
Yeah.
We got a Patreon.
We do.
And we're going to be doing a quiz for Patreon. Thank you. Thank you, Master of Coin. We're doing pretty good. We're so close. We're so close to $200 a month, which in itself is amazing. I do really think that is amazing. And I'm not trying to downplay that at all. But what I am saying is, man, it would be really nice to be at $200. Mm-hmm. I mean, it would be really, really nice to be there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. So if you've been kind of like on the fence about it, I think we're like $6 away. I don't know what we can do for you if you get us to $200. I feel like we need to do something.
Yeah. You're right.
But I don't know what to do.
Or if you're like, man, I got this extra quarter, I'm gonna up my Patreon donation by a quarter.
And if everybody did that, and then you get two friends to give $1, and then they get two friends.
The first time I ever heard that was Wayne's World, so I didn't really get what they were doing.
So yeah, we're on Patreon. If you want to throw in some a couple bucks or something, that would be really cool. We really appreciate the people who donate to us on a regular basis. I do really hope that you guys are enjoying the bonus episodes. They're a lot of fun to do.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I kind of feel like this has kind of been a bonus episode. So, hey, are you not a Patreon donor and enjoyed this episode? You can get like one extra of these a month if you want. Just throw in $1. Let's see what else. Oh, that's at patreon.com/tadpog. Mm-hmm. I'm running out of fuel, man. Can you tell? I'm lagging a little bit.
It's okay. You were kind of sick when you came over here.
I have been.
You
kind of
soldiered
sick
through. Well, we also just need more people to fill Nicole's just achingly empty box.
Yeah, we do.
So please help Nicole out. She needs it. She needs it because we need it. We feel better when she has just a full overflowing box.
Yes.
So anything that you want to get to us that we can
via Nicole's box.
put it in Nicole's box and it will magically appear with us.
Yeah.
So like that helps. Like games other than Matt's Fat Package. If you send us a game, that takes high priority. If you physically send us a game to play, or we love shitty, gross food or good food. We like that too.
I'm about to say, why lead with shitty, gross food, man?
You got stuff in your fridge you don't know, like how long it's been there?
You got stuff
mail it to us.
You got stuff in your fridge where you turn to your roommate and you're like, is this food?
Like that can of peaches Jacob and I had, like we took to like 3 different apartments we lived in together. Just that same gross, years expired glass jar of peaches.
I love that food moved with you because food has moved with me.
Just that multiple houses I kept until my dad like got really frustrated, but he kept seeing it and threw it away. So
did you draw a face on it with a Sharpie or something?
Because I remember he was like, I feel like I've seen this. He looks on the expiration. It's from like 5 years ago. Yeah.
That's so weird that Nikki and I moved around with a can of beans. Like we lived in 3 different places over the course of probably 7 or 8 years with this can of beans. And I just can't bear to throw it away.
Mm-hmm. It was your relationship phylactery. It's like you can maintain your marriage as long as that can of beans is still there. Mm-hmm. That's why Jacob and I stopped dating whenever that can of peaches got thrown away, and we're just friends now.
Thanks, Dad.
Yep. My dad had to ruin my homosexual relationship. Thanks, Southern Baptist Dad. But if there's anything you want to get to us, please send it through Nicole's aching box to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42003. Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Later that track can be found in the show notes at tadpog.com. How would you like to close this out, Dave?
I think that we need to close it out like, we got to do the refreshment, but I don't know what they sound like. I'm trying to think in my mind what they probably sound like. They're probably chilly. They've been out in the cold. Have you seen the commercial with the refreshment in it?
No.
It looks like, when Red Bull did the thing where the guy jumped from space?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But they're delivering.
Felix Baumgarten? Is that it? Something like that?
Wasn't that was a school in Final Fantasy VIII, I'm pretty sure you're thinking of.
Yes, the Felix school, of course.
Felix Baumgarten. But they zip around the mountains, and then like this bartender was way too attractive to be a bartender. Like the kind of bartender where it's like, I think you should be an actor, not a bartender. Opens this little hatch, and a guy, it looks like Avalanche from the refreshment, like pokes his head in. And he's like, "Here's your beer, ma'am." And she's like, "Thank you." And he's like, "No problem."
I live in a small refrigerator. I can do a very cold, refreshed Sean Miller.
Okay.
Or a cold, refreshed Terran, whichever.
Oh, I think that you should do a cold refreshed Terran.
Okay.
I'll be the Watcher from the Marvel universe, and I'll just observe you doing it.
Okay. So until next time, Tropical Capricorn, TADPOG. As things happen, and I'm just refreshed. Love you guys pulling out my back because of my giant boobs, my giant banging titties. I'm Taryn Landon, and I'm refreshed as fuck.
I think that should actually be our new sign off.
Okay.
It's just we both say it simultaneously. I'm Taryn Landon, and I am refreshed as fuck.
This brand of soda was created in Nazi Germany when trade embargoes made it impossible to make Coke.
Well, I mean, we all know. Mm-hmm. We don't talk about it, but we all know. It was made in Nazi Germany?
Uh-huh. It was created in Nazi Germany.
Is this still around?
Yep.
How, do they make a kosher version of this? Hate juice?
It's pretty close.
Fanta.
Fanta is correct. Yep, Fanta is Nazi Coke.
God. Whew. Jesus.
You picked up your phone like, I'm going to text Nikki right now.
Right the fuck now.